Hey everyone, so for those of you who are looking for a little bit more direction on what to do, because remember, as a 100% commissioned outside sales representative, obviously it's totally up to you on what you want to do to generate business. And I do think over time you're going to figure out what works best for you. But here are some simple go-to strategies that have really worked for me, and I think it's a great way to add value to other people. So in this video, we are talking specifically about reaching out to real estate agents to generate more business. So when I reach out to real estate agents, I personally like to call and have something of value that I can call them about. I think it's really easy to start off by coming here to list reports, going to the agent intel, picking your county is what I usually like to do. So let's say it's Dallas County. Remember that this symbol, you should watch the video on list reports and how to sell it, but this symbol basically just means they're already connected. So if I choose Manal here, of course there's no phone number. Let's pick someone with a phone number. No phone number. You can just search for these people and very easily find their phone number. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. Not very easily, but still very easily. I believe Zillow will show their phone number, but not email. Whereas other places you can't even find their email, including most of their brokerages. But here we go, phone number and email, perfect. So this is ideal, right? I literally copy and paste their first and last name, phone number, and email, and input it into Lendered, our CRM. I then invite them. So I click invite. Once I click invite, and I say, I'm interested in working with these people, it'll give me a script, totally up to you if you want to view the call script. I'm automatically following them. What I then do is in Lendered, I usually, and you can tailor fit whatever you want. You can use ChatGPT, but I have an email that goes out. The simpler and the shorter, the better, right? I like something that's a call to action. I basically use it kind of as my phone call script. Hey, Lee, I just sent you an invite to a platform called List Reports. I'm a lender that has been following you, or I just say, hey, I'm a lender that would like to work with more like-minded agents. I'm looking for a more reciprocal relationship so you don't feel like you're just sending me business and I'm just doing my basic job. I would love to help you close more deals. I think this platform is a free way for you to generate more clients, and I'd love to schedule a time to show you how. There's a basic script, right? That's what you would want to do. So I like to send the email, and I like to follow up with a phone call. So I call them. This probably is an office number. I'm seeing the last four is 000. So I would just search their name. The brokerage may not be correct, so I just search it, real estate agent in Dallas County. But yeah, when I call, I say, here's what I don't say. I do not say their name. I do not say my full name. I say, hey, they answer the phone. I say, hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? Just like that. Hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? So it's very even keel. Tonality is huge for me, right? They say that 90 to 95% of what people hear you say is based on your tonality and body language. So over the phone, tonality is going to be key. What you say is very irrelevant, but you want to just make sure that you are using tonality. What's the difference between people who make 100 phone calls and get absolutely nothing from it, and me when I make 100 phone calls is usually my tonality. And it took me a while to realize why some people weren't succeeding and others were, and it had to do with tonality. People want to know that you're an expert in your field. You can fake it and make it with tonality very easily, but you can also win people over with tonality very easily. So when I call them and I say, hey, I don't say, hey, Lee, right? One is people are very, they don't like confrontation. So they will skip it if they can, if you give them an opportunity. So if I say Lee, it's easy for him to say, hey, that's not me. You have the wrong number, and hang up. I will say that if someone hangs up on you, hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? Click. I don't care. I don't want to work with them anyway. I'm going to immediately go to the next person and call them. It should never bother you because it's like, thank you, you saved me time. Um, is it rude? Yeah, but who cares, right? Some people, it's just they've been harassed and they might get your invite and they might reach out and say, hey, I didn't even realize what you were calling about. I do apologize. It might happen. But what I say is, hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? They go, good. Remember, they're wondering, what are you calling about? Good. How are you? And I go, I'm great. Hey, I'm calling because I like to follow them on social media. I think it's a really easy in. So I'll follow them. I'll look them up, right? I'll copy and paste, find them on Instagram or whatever, follow them, which is why it's very important to be posting consistently, or at least have quite a few posts so that when they go to your profile and they scroll a couple times, there's enough content. It doesn't just stop at 3 or stop at 6. So you want you want the rows. So 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay, there you go. 12 posts. That's your goal. Super easy. It's easy to do. You can do 2 a day, right? But I'm going to call and I'm going to say, hey, I follow you on social media and I'm reaching out because I'm looking to work with some like-minded agents. I would like to make it a reciprocal relationship so you don't feel like you're just sending me business and I'm just barely doing the minimum with my job. I have some ideas on how I think I could really help you close more deals and generate more business. But I'd love if you have 5 minutes, or if I can get 5 minutes of your time, I'd love to talk with you about how, if I have, sorry, I saw an email come up. If I could just have 5 minutes of your time, either right now or another day, just to talk with you and see how you currently generate business, like what's been working for you, what hasn't been working. Do you have time right now? And just talk with them. Ask them questions like, what do you do? Do you post? Do you do cool videos? Do you do open houses? And just ask them questions, because I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write out everything that they do. And if they say, I don't know, I can't generate business, hey, that's totally fine. A lot of people are in the same boat. Let's say they say I'm brand new. Totally fine. A lot of people are in the same boat, right? I'm validating what they're saying. I just sent you an invite to a platform. And even if they say, oh, I do X, Y, Z, ABC, I just invited you up to a platform. It has a lot of free marketing content. And it also has a lot of stuff that can help you with marketing your listings. I'd love to set up another time, in the next 2 to 3 days, where I can show you how we've helped agents close more deals with this platform, something like that, right? You can see our script. We do have a script on this. So I talk about it and I set up that second follow-up call. If they say, oh, I'll check it out and I'll get back to you, not a problem. You know why? Because you're now following this agent. When you're going to get a notification. So if I come here to notifications, it usually will say, let's see, paired marketing kits. Right, here we go. Oh no, I think I created that one. Complete. There's a place you can always reach out to me. Here we go. No, that's my person. Agent Intel. My agents. Following. There we go. Is you can see when people have had new listings come on the market. You usually get a notification via text or an email. And you can then go in and say, whatever, it's okay. But you can then send them a marketing kit, create it for them, and then reach out and say, once again, in another phone call, this is why I personally don't leave voicemails. If you wanted to leave voicemails, that's fine, but this is how you're going to leave it. Hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. I follow you on social media, and I'm reaching out because I'm wanting to work with more agents that I can help close more deals. I sent you an invite to a free tool that my company pays for that can really help with a lot of marketing stuff. And we've had a lot of user cases where people have closed more deals with that platform. If you have some time, I'd love to schedule a time to talk with you. Please give me a call back. Have a great day. And I leave it at that. Stay on the call. It always wants to end this call. So that's what I do when I reach out. When I set up the follow-up call, I walk them through the platform. I give them specific ideas. Now, we have a whole video on list reports, but that's what you would want to do. The other thing that you can do is you can watch them. So if I come over here to my agents, my following, either people in here or people who have, there's a way you can do it. Agent listings. This is what you want to do. You want to sort by days on market, oldest. These are a lot of new builds, so that's obnoxious, but let's say it's some of these ones. So I would call and I would say, reach out to this agent, paired with another lender. You can either call or you can say whatever. If this person's paired, then, oh yeah, because you can't create a marketing kit. See, I learn this stuff all the time too. Here we go. What about this one? Boom. I would click create marketing kit and I would wait for it to be made. I would then call the agent and I would say, hey, I saw your listing at 3,000. Hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? Great. How can I help you? Hey, I'm calling about your listing at 3000 North Ocean Boulevard, unit 531. I noticed it's been on the market for a little bit, but it looks beautiful to me. I just used a free tool that my company pays for, or a tool that my company pays for, free for you. I just made a huge marketing kit if you needed any help. But I'm mostly calling because I'd love to help advertise this property. Is it okay if I make some videos and share some of the marketing material I just created about your listing? Hopefully I can help bring in a buyer, and just call him with that, and start off with that. Then you can call back, a few weeks later and say, hey, how's that listing going? By the way, I've been following you on social media ever since our first phone call. I'd love to partner with you. I'm always looking for agents that are like-minded to me and that I can make it a reciprocal relationship. I would hate for you to feel like you're just sending me clients. And I think that there's a lot of ways I can help you close more deals. Do you have 5 minutes that I could talk with you just to kind of see, how do you generate business? How do you get most of your clients, your listings? What's your go-to strategy? Do you have one? And then talk with them and then say, hey, I think I can find ways to help you close more deals. Whether that's use me as a business partner to be more efficient, let me help you with advertisement, or let's work together to generate leads by doing something, right? Seminars online, running ads, calling people, mailers, whatever it might be. I want to try to find a way to fit myself into their business to help them. So, for anyone who's licensed in South Carolina, although I don't think anyone in our company right now is, that's what I would be doing with this person. If this is someone in your town, then I would be meeting with them with coffee. Hey, do you have time to meet for coffee, right? Face-to-face is always going to be a lot better. I am not, you notice how I'm not saying anything about the different loans, how quickly I can close. I strongly don't recommend it. Now, if someone says, hey, I appreciate the phone call, but to be honest, I have a loan officer that I've worked with for a lot of years, but I appreciate the hustle. I say, not a problem at all. I still love networking with anyone. If you ever see my name on a pre-approval letter, just know that I can close really quickly. I really vet my borrowers because I never want something to fall out of contract. No one gets cold feet when they work with me because I spend a lot of time educating them. And then I do have access to a lot of really unique products. So if you ever have a listing or you have a borrower that says no, feel free to reach out. I usually have a lender that can say yes. I always am careful saying that. I say those words to them. I'm always careful saying that because, if someone has too many cards stacked against them, okay, I can't really help every single person, but if it's a weird situation or it's a unique property, like even just land, I have a construction loan program where if they want to, they can get a loan for the land, construction, build their house, and it automatically converts to a regular mortgage. So if you ever have anything, feel free to reach out. I'm going to follow you on social media, and that way we can just stay in touch. Boom. I just gave them, hey, you already have an agent, right? I'm not bringing up the loan products because I want to be your go-to second. I'm bringing it up because if you ever see me on a pre-approval letter, you know who I am. So it's kind of that passive approach. I'm not bringing this up to still try to earn your business. I'm bringing this up for a different reason, even though me bringing it up hopefully will earn your business. But it doesn't matter. I'm throwing it out there. And to be very honest, there's a good chance they will be a listing agent and you will be the loan officer, and you will lock in the loan office, the real estate agent that you are currently working with, because you're going to say, hey, they're going to say, hey, we're putting an offer in on 123 Main Street. You're going to pull it up and you're going to go, hey, I've actually talked to this guy, Brad Bennett, right? Okay, if it says Bradley, address them as Brad, but sorry, don't address them by their name, because you don't want to give someone a nickname that isn't their nickname. So people call me Cam, and I'm not offended. It doesn't bother me, but if someone's trying to get my business, don't call me Cam. I never, ever introduce myself as Cam. It's Cameron. So either just don't say my name and say, hey, man, or something like that. So same thing. But I have had, when I was an agent, I had loan officers say, hey, I've actually met this agent and I know them. And then I've had the listing agent say, hey, I have not had a chance to work with your loan officer, but I talk to them all the time. I see them, they follow me on social media. I'd love to work with you too as the buyer's agent and loan officer. So it does go a long way. Plus, when you add them to Lendered, we have drip campaigns that go out. So you don't need to be the person who says, hey, I have all of these other types of products. Do you have anyone who's interested, right? We're going to have emails that are going to go out to them, prompting them with that. Now, does it work all the time? No, that's why you work the numbers game and you still go through and work them. You have to call, but you got to watch your tonality. Hey, this is Cameron. And I like to practice it out loud before I make the phone call. Hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. I'm going to end it there. Hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? Right? It's like the high energy. How are you doing today? Just even keel. I'm not high energy all the time. Hey, this is Cameron with Purpose Home Lending. How are you doing today? Good. How can I help you? Hey, I actually follow you on social media. Just wanted to reach out because I'm looking for some like-minded agents to work with. I just sent you an invite to a sometimes you can say that, hey, I just sent you an invite to a free marketing tool, but I like to start off by not talking too much. So I say, once again, go back to our script. I like to say, hey, I'm looking to work with some like-minded agents. I would love to make this a reciprocal relationship where you're not feeling like you're just sending me business and I'm just doing the basics of my job. I would love to help you close more deals. I think I have some really good ideas. Okay, right there. I'm not trying to make this a reciprocal relationship, or I'm trying to make this a reciprocal relationship, right? Even keel tone. So not salesy. I don't expect you to just send me business and me do the basics of my job, right? I'm making it funny, like, hey, we both know that this is how most people do it, right? You just send them business and they just expect they just do the basics of their job, right? That's how my tone of voice is portraying that. So even if they've worked with someone for a while, they're going to remember in their back of their head, man, am I just sending this person business and they're just like barely, like they're always late on the closing. So yeah, I'm not just going to expect you to send me business and me do the basics of my job. I think I can really help you close more deals, and I have some good ideas. So I have some good, like it's a secret. I have some really good ideas on how I think I can help you close more deals, but I would love to spend maybe 5 or 10 minutes today or another day just talking to you about, how do you get most of your business? Like what has been working for you? I don't know if you have time right now, right? It's just that question. Like I'm really just wanting to know like what works for you, right? I'm interested in you. That's how you're trying to portray that with your tone of voice. And then you just shut up and listen. Key, shut up and listen. Shut up and listen. You're talking to them, and then you go from there. You write out everything. If you're thinking, I have no idea how I'm going to help them, just say, you can always use the line if you can't think of anything on the spot, which you don't have to think of anything on the spot necessarily. But obviously, over time, you're going to get better at it. Hey, I think I have some good ideas, but I'd love to take this back to my company with, everything you just said. My company has spent a lot of money on some of the top coaching and training for real estate agents so that we can better help you. I'd love to show them basically who you are, what you currently do, so that they can help me put together, a good plan to work with you. Is there a good time in the next 2 to 3 days that we can just follow up, either over coffee, if it's someone in your town, or if we can just follow up on a Zoom call? That way we can get more face-to-face interaction, and I can show you some of the tools we have that we can help you, but also, really show you what they recommend. That way you don't have to pay for any of those types of coaching. There's ways you add the value right then and there. And you set up the time, right? The goal is to set up the time and go from there. Obviously, if they say, hey, people will send you business because they will say, I just love your approach. I loved your attitude. And I really want to work you. I have someone to send you. I say, perfect. Best thing to do is put us in a group text. They will actually get back to me like 99% of the time instead of just disappearing off the face of the planet. So we have other videos on this kind of stuff. I really hope this helps. Sorry, this was so long.